yeah, like I said, working at the bank is a stressful job. Like, can't do it. So,
What's some other jobs you had?
before that, I was a mental health skill builder.
What's that?
So it was like, it was kind of a job that had lots of like multifaceted. So I was like running transitional homes for the homeless, but only men, and they had like certain things like about them. And so I was doing that. It was like 2 houses, and I was their mental health skill builder, so I'd help them build skills mentally, but also like I was helping them with
Is that
their
like a
home
therapist,
and
or
like
is
with
that like
life.
actual like
It's
what
not
kind of skills you mean?
so it really depended on the person, but like it was like a range of like life skills, like finding a place to live, you know, like things like that, getting IDs, things like that, food and all that. But then also like career skills, as well as like mental health. So if they needed someone to talk to, like what they're going through, giving advice, helping them out, like, but as well as with like they would have co-occurring disorders, so it would be like also with like their medication, and it would be like me that would help them like connect with a long-term counselor, or like
Damn, that sounds like
things
it was
like
like
that.
a lot of weight on you. I feel like that's like
It
5 jobs right
was.
there.
No, it was, and that's why I also had to leave that job. I'm a firm believer of
Quitting
like,
jobs when it's that.
yeah, exactly. I just feel like you should listen to your body and like not get caught up in a capitalistic society. If you have the opportunity to, then like don't like just work yourself to death. Like if you are feeling like, hey, like this isn't good for my body, and I don't, because I love doing that, because that's like my field of study. I have a degree in that kind of stuff.
What's your degree?
Human services.
Okay.
So it's like that's my thing. But like you said, it was a lot. So that's a 24-hour job. Like you're always on call kind of thing. Like,
So you're like meeting up with them, having like one-on-one meetings with
yeah,
people.
I was like running their houses as well though. So it was like, it was up to me to like get them like groceries, help them get food. I mean, help them get like clothes, furniture, like all these kinds of things on top of all the other things. Plus, like I said, they had co-occurring disorders, and a lot of them were active users when they came to me. So it was also like helping with like the addiction process can be, you know, that like whole thing is like a lot. So, you know,
How long were you doing that? And I guess based off your experience of doing that, what would you say? Okay, because it sounds like these people that are kind of in these situations are facing a lot of different battles. What in your experience, what is like kind of the hardest battle you think some of these people are facing?
So I think the hardest battle that a lot of them are facing is the lack of support, because like if you find yourself in a situation where you are homeless, like it's typically due to like you have no support, you have no one, like, you know, and that's like hard as it is just as a human. You know, we all crave connection and love, but in general, like with no support, it's very hard to create a life when you have nothing. So it's like, and there's no one to help you. And so yeah, I'd say that's the main thing. So just little things, little ways we can help. You can always donate your things, especially men. Like women typically donate their clothes to like women's shelters or churches and things like that, but men typically do not. And they'll like just take it to the thrift store, or they'll throw it away, or it's just
take
like
it to
whatever.
Plato's Closet and get like $2 for their fucking
Exactly.
Jordans.
But it's like, you know, you can always donate stuff to facilities that do these things, like transitional housing and things of that such. So
yeah, I feel like that's like a growing problem in our society.
yeah, because that was the second biggest thing I'd say, just the lack of resources. It just sucked. It was hard. I was like scouting churches every day. I'd have like a list of every church in like each city and like what days they did food drive and what days, because I'd have to like scout to like just get one of my guys like a pair of shoes, and it's just like, oh my gosh, this is horrible.
Oh, like going to different churches trying to find
like a pair
for
each person. It's just like, it's hard. It's tough.
Yeah. So you went to college for that. How'd you know you wanted to get into like something like that?
I'm just really into that. I'm into all that kind of like social work kind of stuff, and just activism and like human rights and all of that. So, and I always have been. That's my ultimate like goal in like life, is to do more with that. So
does that play in any way into your music? Because I feel like, well, just from outside looking in, it's like you kind of have this different level of understanding on just human psychology and human like suffering almost. So does that play into your music? Like I feel like maybe that make it easier for you to connect with fans in a certain level.
I don't know if it makes it easier for me to connect with fans, just because the kind of person I am ultimately, despite the knowledge. But I'd say that it definitely plays into my drive in my music, because, you know, I want to make money off of my music, and I'm going to make money off of it and be rich and famous. And I can use that to like give back and do what I want to do for the community.